And hello everybody, welcome back to the channel guys. I hope you're all well. Before we do get into today's video, as always, please do smash that like button and subscribe to the channel for daily Liverpool content. Guys, it is the eve of the big clash, first versus second in the Premier League, that of course being Liverpool versus Manchester City. Look, on the eve of it, I am mixed emotions, of course, really looking forward to seeing Liverpool back in action again, and really confident somehow. I don't know how, I don't know why, certainly with our injury crisis, that we're going to be getting a positive result. I have no reason for it, but just the way that we've been winning games over the course of this season, I just have some weird confidence about me, and yeah, very excited for that factor, but of course nervous because a defeat, it almost feels like it would be the title race over, even though that is fairly silly and fairly stupid because there's a long way to go, but I just feel that a win or avoiding defeat is a needs must for Liverpool Football Club. Now in today's video guys, of course we'll be going over some massive Liverpool news ahead of it, taking a look at Manchester City, taking a look at the Liverpool team news, and also going through some behind the scenes stuff. Of course, whilst our main priority this campaign is of course to win as much trophies as we can and send off Jurgen Klopp in the right way, there is one eye still on the summer and what's going to be happening with this football club. Now, first and foremost, the Michael Edwards situation has been well documented so far over the last couple of weeks, and it has been on, off, and the latest though we have for it is that Michael Edwards is close to a Liverpool return. Yes, Liverpool are restructuring in the post-Jurgen Klopp era is starting to take shape with Michael Edwards close to making a return and a new sporting director all but lined up. Owners Fenway Sports Group have been steadfast in their pursuit of seeing Edwards return to the club as they plot life without the talismanic German. It was only on Thursday evening that reports broke over fresh talks between FSG and Edwards in America, and now the Athletic's David Ornstein has stated that an agreement is close. The position would see Edwards take on a senior role with FSG, which would include overseeing Liverpool's football operations, a step up from his previous role as sporting director. Ornstein goes on to report that if Edwards does accept the offer, the sporting director position is expected to be filled by Richard Hughes. Hughes recently vacated his position as technical director of Bournemouth, and his move to Anfield would negate a getting to know you stage as Edwards would already have a very close relationship. It was previously reported that Edwards is known to rate the ex-Cherries administrator as top transfer operator, high praise indeed from someone on Edwards' caliber. It is said that discussions with Edwards are progressing and it is anticipated a definitive resolution will be reached early next week. All this recent talk suggests it will be positive news, and it is a nod to FSG ensuring Liverpool's future remains in safe and stable hands. The next big job will be to appoint a new manager, which Edwards and subsequently Hughes would be playing a big role in. Xabi Alonso is the leading candidate, though Sporting Lisbon's Ruben Amorim has been named as an alternative. The thinking is Edwards step into a senior role with Hughes operating below him, allowing FSG president Mike Gordon to step back from his day-to-day role with Liverpool as he initially planned. So of course that is very positive news. As stated before, we did go into that story. It has kind of been on, off, and it does look as though Edwards will be joining back at the football club once again, which I think is very positive news. Anyway, enough about the kind of future of this football club at this moment in time. Let's discuss, of course, some big news going into the Manchester City clash. Yes, Manchester City are facing late decisions over the fitness of two players, while Jack Grealish will miss the trip to Liverpool entirely after a groin injury. While Liverpool's situation is ongoing, Man City appear to have come out of their injury crisis in time for the run-in as the two sides vie for the title. Kevin De Bruyne and Erling Haaland have both missed portions of this season, but are back on form, with Pep Guardiola facing few issues ahead of Sunday's clash. However, Manchester City manager awaits an update on both Jeremy Doku, which has a muscle injury, and Matheus Nunes, who has a finger injury after recent issues. Doku was absent from the 3-1 win over Copenhagen in midweek, while Nunes suffered a nasty injury to his finger after starting the Champions League tie. The former Wolves midfielder landed awkwardly and saw his finger bent out of position, playing for much of the game before being forced off due to pain. Speaking in his pre-match press conference on Friday, Guardiola explained that he would see how they would feel in training on Saturday. My process is, which players do we have? Will Doco be ready? And when will Jack be ready? He told reporters. We will know that tomorrow, and then we'll know what we can do. Grealish will miss the 3:45 p.m. kickoff at Anfield after suffering a recurrence of a groin injury during the 6-2 win at Luton Town in the FA Cup 5th round. There are no other injuries in the Manchester City squad. However, while Jurgen Klopp is expected to be without at least 9 first-team players, Alisson, Trent Alexander-Arnold, Curtis Jones and Diego Jota would almost certainly have started if fit, with Thiago, Joel Matip, Ryan Gravenberch, Stefan Bajcetic and Ben Doak also sidelined. Ibrahim Konate will undergo a scan for a suspected hamstring injury, with a late call made over whether he can feature against City. So, of course, going into this one, no surprise, Manchester City will kind of be favourites on paper. However, there is sort of one aspect. Of course, Pep Guardiola has a very, very torrid record at Anfield. In fact, if you go back beyond the Pep Guardiola era at Manchester City, they've all had a very, very bad win or bad record at Anfield in general. So yes, Anfield will be that sort of cliche, the 12th man, and I have no doubt that the Liverpool fans will be in full voice, ready to go to spur the team on. But I do take a lot of faith in that they can't really get a result at Anfield. And as stated, the only time I think they won there was, of course, when we had Pep Guardiola won there with Manchester City. I don't think he won there with played there with Bayern or Barca. But certainly with Manchester City, I'm sure it was in the COVID season when there was no fans. So make of that what you will, but we do have a very, very good record against Manchester City at Anfield. And despite this injury crisis at this moment in time, I still do have faith. Maybe call me a bit deluded, but maybe I'm a bit more optimistic out of the Liverpool fans at this moment in time going into this one. I've seen a mixed reactions going into the clash due to the injury crisis, but I'm probably more of the deluded ones, if you can say. And I think we can generally go out there and win this. If not, we definitely need to avoid defeat. So yeah, here's hoping that we do get the result. But yes, Manchester City going into this one are purring ever since Kevin De Bruyne and Haaland did return back from injury. They're not going to be an easy nut to crack. Pardon the metaphor there. But as stated, they have gone off the back. The last result was a 3-1 win over Copenhagen. Prior to that, beat Manchester United 3-1. Prior to that, beat Luton 6-2. And this winning run goes all the way back to the 18th of February, where they actually drew to Chelsea. So they can have points taken off of them. But their unbeaten streak goes all the way back to the 7th of December. And that's when they lost to Aston Villa. And that was away from home. So here's hoping we can try and get the job done at Anfield. And we'll take a huge step towards the title as we go into the run-in. But Liverpool fans, do let me know your thoughts on Michael Edwards' imminent arrival by the looks of things. And do let me know your thoughts on your score predictions down there in the comment section below for this City clash. Thank you guys. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button. I'll see you next time. Take care. Peace.